figuring out the measurements needed to build a giant screen over there. Other screen we have over here is roughly around 8 feet across, 8 feet across, and about 6 feet high. But this one is a little bigger than this one than the other one. So I can't use fabric because fabric is not going to work. I mean, I barely had the room in here to actually build this one and put the fabric around it. So that was an interesting build right there altogether. So, technically, I'm going to need a surface. I thought 12 would work, but 12 is going to be too long because the panel surface we have to use is going to be 24 by 36. Hope you can follow with me on this one because it's going to be a bit crazy when I say this. All right, so 24 by 36 is going to be the panels. Now the panels, if we put them lengthwise, by the longer lengthwise, at 36 and 24 inches high, means that roughly we would be over roughly 149. 149. We'd be over roughly around 149 in length, which would be over the size of the screen we have to build to put the panels in. Now, if we do it at 12, which again is going to be too big, but if we do it at 10 feet across, that would give us roughly the length of 120 inch in panels. So at roughly around 24 by 36, which is each panel, and we were to stand those up, making them 36 inches high by 24 inches wide, that means we would have roughly 5 of those across in order to be able to do 120 inches on the screen, which is roughly, I think, somewhere between almost, yeah, it's about 10 feet. 10 feet to 120 inches. All right, so that's going to allow us to put in, let's see, 5 panels. 5 panels for the bottom. We have to go straight up. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then another set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these at the very top are going to be halves because they don't fit all the way up. So that's how we have to do it. The frame itself is going to be 2 inches high. But 2 inches high, and the actual size of the ceiling on down is 7 feet 7 inches. But you have to remove 2 inches of that because the frame has to go under the top support and the bottom support. Which means in order to get the system to set up right, you're going to need 5 of those in between, like a fence system, and then we have to lock the panel in between each one of those to bring it all together. So roughly 5 wood strips at roughly 7 feet and 5 inches. And the ceiling is actually, well, no, that's way off. Because we got 2 inches at the bottom, 2 inches at the top, that's 4. And the rails in the middle, underneath the rails that fit in the middle, can't be 7 by 7. That's 4. So it's 7 feet 3 inches. Oh, good thing I looked at that. 7 feet 3 inches. So it's 7 feet 3 inches is what we're going to need for the side rails. The side rails are going to be, I thought it was 7.4. So wait, so it's 7.7. If you take 3 from that, it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. So it'd be 7 feet 4 inches. Because if the actual height is actually, yeah, because if we put it on the side, if it's on the side, the problem we're going to have there was on the side, the middle bar, the top bar and the bottom bar is going to hit. We got to put bars in the middle center of the screen so we can put the tiles on. So they would have to be shorter than the bar that's over top, which means that's 7 feet 7 inches. And since the bar over the top is 2 inches and the one at the bottom is 2 inches, that takes away 4 inches from it. So you take away 4 from 7, and you would have 3. You would have 3. So you have 3. So you would have roughly 73. It would have to be 7 feet 3 inches in order for it to fit snug as above. Yes, I love math. I freaking love math. There's a part that hate math so much. I hated it. But for some reason, I freaking love math. All right, cool. So the entire thing should roughly cost me about $20 to put the whole thing together. Or $20, and then we have to pay for the square surface, which is around $57. I keep this thing under $100. I got plenty of brackets here from the last build over there. So, $77. $77 and put the whole thing together. Which ain't bad. Okay, well, that does that. I had to do all the math to figure it out. So my screen roughly is going to be about 10 feet. That's 8 feet by 6 feet. This is going to be 10 feet by 7 feet and 3 inches. So once you get that done, we have to paint the entire frame and put it in black, and then put the panels in on each slot. Do, 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 do. Like putting shingles on a roof. So that's how I want to do it. Then coat the whole thing in, and bam, I got my giant simulator. I just ordered a bunch of games on PC for simulator games, so I can go in and play it on a big level. This is going to be a big, big screen. And the projector I'm going to be using, I thought I was going to go with the NEC, but I'm going to go with the ViewSonic instead, so I can have a 235.1 setup. Massive widescreen right across the wall. Because it does 235. My screen does roughly 4.3, 16.9, 16.10, and 235.1. It does all of it. And most it's going to cost me is my price tag, $77 is what I got to pay. That's it, including all the panels. Isn't that amazing, people? Isn't that freaking amazing? That's absolutely amazing. That's crazy talk, but it's absolutely amazing. They're going to build it for $77. And keep in mind, coated with our amazing technology, it's going to look absolutely exquisite now. Is that a real word? I have no idea, but I like it. Exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. That's it. So that's pretty much it. So once we coat it, we're good. Now the reason why I decided to do the panel system instead, because a screen of that caliber, that height, would be a headache to try to do this on fabric. It just would be a headache, because again, you have to bring the screen down, you have to staple it all down. That would be an absolute headache. That screen right there was huge. To do a staple system on it was very, very huge. It was interesting. I had to literally, good thing I was taller than the screen a little bit. No, I actually wasn't taller than the screen, because that screen, I'm not 6 feet. I'm 5'11". So that screen's 6 feet high. So I had to bring the screen down and staple it. So I got the whole thing done. But this screen is way bigger than that size. On top of that, the way I designed it is I can take the entire thing apart and take it with me when I get ready to move to my new setup, which our warehouse we're working on right now. So yeah, I can take the whole thing and take it with me, which I want to do because I paid money for it. There's the right talk. All right, we got to go back in under my floor, and I still have videos I got to upload. Oh crap, we got to go to the Facebook page. I got videos to upload over there. So I got work to do over there. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Got to go, and God bless. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.